everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Miss Audrey Speaks. My name is Audrey and I'm a speech and language pathologist. And today I'm going to be talking with you about the do's and the don'ts of thickened liquids. Now, if your doctor or your speech and language pathologist has prescribed for you to be on thickened liquids because you have difficulty swallowing regular liquids, then this video is for you. And the first thing I'm going to do is talk with you about those beverages and foods that you're able to consume that are already naturally thick, okay? So first off, I want to talk with you or show you some juice, just some everyday foods, beverages that we consume that are already naturally thick. So this is a juice. This is a tropical guava juice bought from the store in a container, and it's already naturally thickened to a nectar consistency. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that looks. This is a nectar consistency. Okay? So if you are on nectar thickened liquids, this is something that you can drink and be okay with it. This is a do. Okay? And some other juices that are already naturally thick are some of those pineapple juices, tomato juice, pear juice. If you go into the international aisles of the stores, you'll see some of those juices too already there for you, okay? Something else that's already naturally thickened to a nectar consistency are those beverages that are protein drinks or supplemental drinks. So some of those on the market would include like Boost, Ensure, Equate. Those are just some examples of some of those supplemental drinks that are already nectar thick. So this is how that looks, a nectar consistency, okay? Coconut milk is another. I'm not gonna open and demonstrate that for you, but this is coconut milk, and this is already naturally a nectar texture, okay? So you wouldn't need to thicken this at all. It's fine the way it is. Okay. Next, I have just one thing that I wanted to show you that's already a honey consistency. Okay. And so for the honey consistency, I have a cream-based soup. Okay, this is a cream of chicken soup, and it's already a honey consistency. Okay, well actually it's a little thicker than honey. As it stood, it kind of thickened up a little bit, but all you have to do is just add water and milk, and it's a nice honey texture, okay? And if you thin it out a bit using water or milk, you can also make it a nectar consistency if you need it to be that, okay? Okay. Next up, I want to show you some foods and beverages that we consume that are a don't. They are not appropriate for you to have as they are. You would either have to avoid these foods and beverages, or you would have to thicken them up. Okay, so here we go. First up, we have some of the fruits that we consume, like watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe, pineapples, those juicy fruits, okay, oranges. So these types of fruits, I have a watermelon here to show you, okay? Beautiful red watermelon. When you bite into a watermelon, you're getting the solid part of the fruit as well as the liquid part of the fruit. And if you're on a thickened liquid, as you're chewing that food, that thin liquid could be sliding down your throat, going down the wrong way into your lungs. And that can cause lots of problems. We don't want that. Okay, so this would be a food that you would want to avoid if you are on thickened liquids. Avoid juicy fruits. I have another here as an example, like mandarin oranges, okay? When you go to the store and you see those like snack pack types of fruits, like fruit cocktail, the diced peaches, diced pears, mandarin oranges. So you see the oranges and then you have the juice underneath. Again, this is really dangerous for someone who is on a thickened liquid because again, as you're eating the food and you're getting ready to swallow or you're chewing the food, the liquid can slide down your throat, go into your lungs, and set you up to have medical problems, okay? So please avoid. Now what you could do is go ahead and just add like some thickener to the juice, and then you may be able to eat it like that. If you dice the mandarin oranges up, add thickener to the juice, then you can, go ahead and consume it that way. That would be safer, okay? Something else, another mixed consistency. So you have noodles here, and you have the broth that's in the noodles. This is a don't. This is chicken noodle soup. You do not want to consume a chicken noodle or any type of noodle soup like this as it is. What you can do is add thickener to the soup, add it to the broth. You may want to pour the noodles out first, add thickener to the broth, put the noodles back in and consume it that way. That would be safer for you to consume, because again, as I explained, that mixture could cause the liquid to go down the wrong way and cause you to have some medical problems, okay? Something else we eat every day, ramen noodles, just like with the chicken noodle soup that I just showed you, same principle. Okay, dangerous. This is a don't. Again, you can add thickener to the broth of the noodles and eat it that way, but not as it is, okay? Be very careful about that. Next up, I wanted to show you some other things, a few other things. Ice. Ice is a don't. If you are on thickened liquids, you may not consume ice, period, because it is a thin liquid. Even though it's solid, even though it's crunchy, as soon as it hits your mouth, it's going to start melting, and we all know that ice is water, frozen, and it can go right into your airway, okay? No iced. Next, we have Jell-O, okay? So Jell-O is a food, but once it hits your tongue, and it's heated up by the warmth of your mouth, then it begins to melt, and then it is a thin liquid. So Jell-O is a no-no, okay? It's a don't if you are on thickened liquids. Next up, we have broth. I have a vegetable broth here. This is a thin liquid. This is a don't if you are on either honey, nectar, or pudding thickened liquid. This is very thin, very easy to go down into your airway, okay? So please stay away from broth. Again, if you want it, you can have it thickened, but not as it is. Very dangerous. Ice cream is a don't if you are on thickened liquids. You may not have ice cream, okay? Ice cream, again, will melt as soon as it gets into your mouth. If it goes down the wrong way, now we have problems, okay? So ice cream is a do not. And finally on my list, I have popsicles, freeze pops, things like that. Popsicles, freeze pops, sorbet, these are all considered thin liquids. Once they get into the inside of your mouth, they warm up, they melt, and as you're eating and swallowing, they go down the wrong way. Very dangerous, okay? So hopefully this has been helpful to you all who are on thickened liquids. Now you know what foods you're able to consume safely. You know some foods and beverages that you should avoid, or if not avoid, at least be able to thicken them up so that you can enjoy them. If you have any questions or comments about this video, you can feel free to leave the information in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you are interested in learning more about speech, language, swallowing, and cognition with Miss Audrey Speaks, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for your attention, and goodbye for now.